Hi everyone, it's Shannon and welcome to today's video. So today's video, very excited because I did pick up 3 of the Charlotte Tilbury Glow Glide Face Architect highlighter. I think that's the name. And I picked up 3 of the shades. I had talked about, wasn't sure if I was going to pick up any. I ended up picking up 3 and then I ordered them when they were like pre-launched, which was December 31st. And they were supposed to be delivered after I got back from vacation, and my post office delivered them to the wrong address. And so I ended up going to Sephora, picking up 3 of the shades because by the time I would get them replaced by Charlotte Tilbury, you know, it is what it is. But I did pick up 3 of the shades. It also gave me an opportunity to see and swatch 6 of the shades, all 6 shades on my hand. So even though I only have 3 shades here, I did swatch 6 of the shades. As I suspected, one of the shades is a Charlotte Tilbury exclusive, and I'll go over that. I kind of mentioned that I thought that one of the shades was going to be a Charlotte Tilbury exclusive, and that's what it is. It's only going to be available on charlottetilbury.com. It is one of the darker shades, but anyway, I did pick up 3 of the lightest shades, which is Moonlit Glow, Champagne Glow, and Pillow Talk Glow. So I picked up 3 of them. Going to do some try-ons and comparisons. I haven't even opened them yet. And as well as I did get, my post office did deliver the 2 items that I purchased from the Lunar New Year collection. Now I mentioned these. This is the Airbrush Flawless Finish. I just needed a new one. This is the medium. I have it in both fair and medium. I did pick up the one in medium, and then I picked up the new Matte Revolution shade. So I'm going to try this on at the end. That's kind of why I went with a very simple eyeshadow. I think I'm wearing the Eyes to Mesmerize Sunlit Glow. So that's the one I'm wearing today. But I'll put this on at the end. So it's a really pretty shade. I have played around with this a little bit. It's a beautiful shade. And this is just the powder. I'm using up my other one. I'm almost done. But actually let's show the packaging right now. So again, here is the outer packaging, and you can see it just opens up. It's pretty much just like the highlighters as well, but I absolutely love the packaging. Now I love the last year's packaging. I just never picked it up because I didn't need it, and when I did need it, it was sold out. So here you go. It's absolutely beautiful. You can kind of see, you know, my ring light right there, but I really like it. It's really pretty, and you know, obviously the shade is, I have not used it yet, but it's really pretty. And I like that because I have my fair is the regular packaging, I'll be able to tell the difference between the 2. Now, I believe this is refillable, so I am not 100%, but I do see that there is a little hole in the back, so I do believe, and it does feel like it is magnetic, so I do believe that this is refillable, so I will be able to keep this. So again, very happy to have picked this up, and I think it's pretty. So if you are in need, or if you've never tried the powder, it's really great. It's the same price as a regular one, and the packaging is just even prettier. Okay, since we talked about the Lunar New Year packaging, let's go ahead and talk about the packaging for these highlighters. And it's similar. You're going to pull it out like this, and they are refillable. And the packaging has these stars. I don't know if you can see because of my ring light. Let's see if I can bring it down there. There we go. You can kind of see it right there. But I really like it. This is Moonlit Glow. This is the lightest shade, and I'm very excited about this one. So I think I like the packaging. Some people thought it was juvenile, and again, it is refillable. Now, I don't know why I'm going to need to refill this because I have yet to go through a highlighter, but I do like, you know, if you want to keep the packaging, you have that. And it is the same size as the other, the Airbrush Flawless Filter powder. So I like that as well because it's going to be the same size. So I do like that because it makes it easier to store things. So let's go ahead and take a look at the swatches. Okay, so before we do some live swatches, I just want to go through all the shades again. So again, they are Moonlit Glow, which is an incandescent ivory powder highlighter. Champagne Glow is a sparkling champagne powder highlighter. Pillow Talk Glow is a neutral pearly pink powder highlighter. Gilded Glow is a true gold powder highlighter. Sunset Glow is a warm golden copper powder highlighter. Rose Gold Glow is a true rose gold powder highlighter. And then Bronze Glow is a golden bronze powder highlighter. So the first two, which are Moonlit Glow and Champagne Glow, are suited for fair to medium skin tones. Pillow Talk Glow says it's good for everybody. It doesn't have a specific, it says it's good for everybody. Gilded Glow is suited for medium to deep skin tones. Sunset Glow is suited to medium to deep skin tones. And Sunset Glow is the one that appears to be exclusive to charlottetilbury.com. Rose Gold Glow is suited to tan to deep skin tones. And then Bronze Glow is suited to deep skin tones. So right now I'm going to insert the swatches of all 6 shades. Now this is from left to right. This is going to be Moonlit Glow, Champagne Glow, Pillow Talk Glow, Gilded Glow, Rose Gold Glow, and then Bronze Glow. So those are the 6 shades. Now these I did swatch in Sephora. And honestly, I almost picked up Gilded Glow, but I'm glad I didn't because I would not have been able to use it as a highlighter. I could have used it as an eyeshadow or as an eyeshadow topper, but I would not have been able to use it as a highlighter. So I'm glad I did not pick that one up. Now Rose Gold Glow and Bronze Glow, I thought were absolutely stunning and would be stunning eyeshadows. So if I were to pick any of those up and to use them as an eyeshadow, I thought they would have been stunning. However, these are $48 a piece. So that's a really expensive eyeshadow, and it's a lot of eyeshadow to pick up for, that's a lot of eyeshadow. So I would not have picked one of these up just for an eyeshadow. However, the shades are stunning. They swatched beautifully, and when I swatched them, I was really tempted to almost pick up all 6. So I didn't. I only picked up the 3 that I originally intended to pick up. But yeah, so let's go ahead and do the live swatches of the 3 that I got. Now first I want to do a side-by-side comparison of them just here. So let's see if I can get my hands out of the way. When they're next to each other, there's really not that big of a difference. It's very, very subtle. So let's go ahead and do the swatches. Now I have not swatched the ones that I own. Again, I've only swatched the ones in store. So we're gonna start with Moonlit Glow, which is the ivory one. That's Moonlit Glow. And this is Champagne Glow. And this is Pillow Talk Glow. So honestly, I think they're stunning. Now, one of the things I noticed about them when I swatched them in store was how smooth they were. I mean, I do like highlighter. I'm not, highlighter connoisseur, I guess you could say, but I thought they just swatched so beautifully. And there's actually a difference between the 3. I'm going to apply the 2 of them, the Moonlit Glow and the Champagne Glow, to kind of do a side-by-side, and then a little bit of the Pillow Talk as well. But I don't know if you're going to be able to see the difference on camera. But I'm also going to do swatch comparisons of all the highlighters that I own, which isn't a lot, but I do want to give, I do have quite a few Charlotte Tilbury in these palettes, as well as the Hourglass and the Elephant, and then some Sigma, and then also the Pillow Talk Romance Light. Mine, if you don't know, if you've never seen my videos, mine got crushed, so I had to mix all the shades together. However, I think this kind of becomes a blush topper, but it's kind of comparable, I think, to the Pillow Talk, though it's going to be a lot darker. But let's get into applying Moonlit Glow and Champagne Glow on my face right now. Okay, so we're gonna start with Moonlit Glow, and Moonlit Glow again is the lightest one, and I am just going to apply it to here. And that, I don't know if you can see that. I mean, I don't know how much highlighters are gonna come up, but it is really, really stunning. And one of the things I like when I tried it on in store was I didn't think, highlighters I'm always very cautious about because it adds texture to, you know, it emphasizes texture. You know, being 46, it's the last thing you want. And I didn't feel like it added it. So I just think it's stunning. So that is going to be Moonlit Glow. And let's put a little bit on the brow bone as well, because I have not put any. And just a really pretty, and it is so silky, and you don't need a lot. You can go very, very light-handed. In fact, I would go light-handed because it applies really, really nicely. Okay, now I'm gonna go in with Champagne Glow, and Champagne Glow is a champagne powder highlighter. And I'm gonna go in on the other side, and let's see here. Now this one I think is closer to my skin tone, and I don't know, I'm not sure. I think the Moonlit Glow gives a little bit more of a pop because it's an ivory and it's a little bit brighter, whereas the Champagne Glow is closer to my skin tone, so it's a little bit more subtle. I don't know which one I like more. I think it maybe depends on the situation. So, or maybe the event that I'm attending. So let's see, let's put a little bit on the brow bone and just go right there. And yeah, so that is Champagne Glow and Moonlit Glow. I really, honestly, again, I'm not a big highlighter person, but I really like both. Okay, so now we need to go in somewhere with Pillow Talk Glow. So I have cleaned my brush, and I am just gonna go on the tips of, you know, kind of almost like a blush topper to see. And honestly, I thought this was going to be a little bit deeper, but it's not. So I feel like this is, I don't know if it's a universal shade because I'm pretty fair, but I do feel like it is more universal. The Moonlit Glow is definitely brighter. I think of the two, I'm leaning towards Champagne Glow because I think it is more, a little bit, not natural, but it's a little bit closer to my skin tone. I would save the Moonlit Glow for an evening out, something that I really want, you know, kind of striking highlighter. For every day, or not every day, but you know, a more subtle, natural highlighter, if that makes sense, I would go for the Champagne Glow. The same for the Pillow Talk. I think the Pillow Talk is really, really pretty. So let's just put a little bit here. I think it's not as, and honestly in store I thought it was going to be a little bit brighter. Let's put it down the nose, just to put it somewhere. It's not necessarily where I do highlighter, but I think it's really pretty. And yeah, I like all three. I would not purchase all three. I would choose one. If you are looking, maybe go in store to either a Charlotte Tilbury store or Sephora to swatch them to see which one you like. But if you are looking for more, if you like more of a subtle highlighter or something that's more to your skin tone and your my color, then I would either go with Champagne Glow or Pillow Talk. If you want something brighter, then maybe Moonlit Glow, because Moonlit Glow is definitely something that's going to be striking, and this is something that I'm definitely going to be using a lot in the inner corner and the brow bone, more so than if I'm going to use it on the cheeks. But I like all three and they're really pretty. So let me do some swatch comparisons to other highlights that I own, whether they're in Pillow Talk or Charlotte Tilbury palettes, and then whatever highlighters that I own, so that if you have any of these highlighters and the colors are comparable, you know that maybe that's the color that you don't want. Okay, so I already did the 3 side-by-side comparisons of the 3 shades. Now I'm going to compare shades that I think are similar to other ones that I own. So first we're gonna start with the lightest, and this is Moonlit Glow. So here is the Moonlit Glow from Charlotte Tilbury. Next, this is the Super Glow from the Pillow Talk palette that came out, the light one. This is the highlighter in the Film Star Bronze and Glow Light. This is a highlighter Ray Ryder from Kaleidos. Again, not similar to the Moonlit Glow. Here is a highlighter from Sigma from the Cinderella collection. And then here is another Sigma. This is called Shine On. And I think this one is probably the most similar. Let's do a closer, but I think it is not as bright. So here it is right next to it. So as you can see, this is more champagne than the Moonlit Glow. So the Moonlit Glow is definitely the brightest highlighter that I own. Okay, next up is going to be Champagne Glow, and Champagne Glow is probably the one I'm going to have the most comparisons to, because this is the highlight color that I gravitate towards, and it's the one, probably the one I like the most of these 3. It's definitely Champagne Glow, then Pillow Talk Glow, and then Moonlit Glow. I love all 3, but as far as stuff that I'm going to use, that's the order that I would probably use them. So Champagne Glow is definitely a shade I gravitate towards, and I'm going to have the most comparable shades. So let's go ahead and start with Champagne Glow. And then here is the Super Glow from the Pillow Talk palette. Next up is my Kaleidos Ray Ryder, and I'm going to put this one right next to it. This is the Becca Champagne Pop. Very, very similar. The Champagne Pop, I think, has a touch more gold than the Champagne Glow from Charlotte Tilbury, but I think it's a very similar shade. Next, this is from the Film Star Bronze and Glow. I am not a fan of this highlighter. As you can see, it's very, very subtle. So it's similar color, but it's very subtle. It's actually probably my least favorite. Next up is Sunset Nectar from PAT McGRATH. This came out in one of her holiday palettes. Next up is the Cinderella highlighter from Sigma. Next up is going to be the highlighter from the Elephant Hourglass palette. And finally, this is Swinger from the brand new Nars palette that I haven't even reviewed yet. Okay, going back to some side-by-side comparisons of the shades that I thought were the closest. So this is the Champagne Glow from Charlotte Tilbury. Here is the Cinderella palette from Sigma. And again, this is Becca Champagne Pop. So the Charlotte Tilbury's in the middle. So you can see here, very similar. And then finally, this is the Super Glow from the Pillow Talk palette from the Christmas release. So very, very similar. I would say if you have any of the other 3, if you have the Becca, you have this palette, definitely if you have the Sigma. If you have this palette with the blush and the highlighter, then I don't think you need the Champagne Glow, because I think it is so similar. It's similar in texture, and I don't think you're going to be able to. I love this highlighter, and Champagne Glow is my favorite of the 3. So, and it makes sense because they're very, very close. Okay, so now let's compare the Pillow Talk Glow. So let's go ahead and start with Pillow Talk Glow right here. Okay, and this is the Multi Glow from the Pillow Talk palette. Light from the winter release. Very, very similar. Again, I do like the formula of the Glow Glide. I liked this formula, but it made it very hard to get. I like the ease of the Glow Glide better than this. I like this formula, but comparing the two, I prefer this one. Now here is the Super Glow from the dark palette of the Pillow Talk, the medium to dark. And here is, I'm gonna put it next to it. This is the Pillow Talk Multi Glow, the Romance Light. Again, mine broke, so this is all 4 shades combined. And mine is very, very pink because all 4 shades are combined. So I'm not sure if it's a great comparison. Okay, and here is Swinger from the new NARS palette. Again, this is gold. This would probably be a very good comparison to the Gilded Glow. Okay, now I'm going to compare with 3 other similar shades from other brands, not Charlotte Tilbury. So again, here is the Pillow Talk Glow. This is the Sigma Alice in Wonderland. It's from this little duo here. This is Sunset Nectar from PAT McGRATH. Again, a little bit lighter, same color story, I guess. And then this is from the Sigma Sculpt palette called Poppin'. So this one is a little bit darker, but same, if you went lighter, you could probably get a similar. So I don't have any dupes, definitely have same scheme, same color, but definitely no dupes. I think the closest, I don't know, actually there's really none that are close. I think the closest are probably going to be the Charlotte Tilbury, the one in the light palette here. So definitely the Multi Glow from the Pillow Talk palette is the most similar, except it is more peachy than the Pillow Talk. I think is a little bit more pink. So on the skin, how much is it gonna make a difference? I don't know. But different formula, different textures, but similar. It's probably the closest that you're going to get. Okay, so there you have it. Those are my swatch comparisons for all the highlighters that I own. I don't own that many individual highlighters. I own a lot more in palettes. And that's kind of how I prefer highlighters in a palette. I don't really prefer, if you notice, I don't have the Superstar huge highlighter anymore. And I ended up decluttering that because it just took up so much space and it was so much highlighter. And I much prefer a highlighter in a little palette like this. So while I do like these, I personally prefer highlighters that are more in a palette because I use them more for travel. Now I do really like these. I really like the formula. They're expensive. So unless you are absolutely in love with one of the shades, I think they could be a pass, especially look at your collection and see what shades you have so that you don't duplicate, because I definitely have duplicated some of the shades that I own. I do really like them, but at $48 a piece, I am duplicating what I have in other palettes. So with that, use your better judgment. Let's go ahead and do the lipstick because I am anxious to try this. So let me try the, and this is called the Blossom Red, and this is for the Lunar New Year collection. Okay, again, this is the Matte Revolution lipstick. It is in the Lunar New Year packaging. And this is called Blossom Red. It is described as a tawny orange red lipstick. And again, I'm not a red lipstick girl, but I'm a sucker for a Charlotte Tilbury limited edition shade. Okay, so here you have it. This is Blossom Red. Again, this is the Lunar New Year limited edition shade. For a red, I really like it. It is a really pretty orangey, orangey red. And I think it's a really pretty red. I love the Matte Revolution formula. It's not drying, but it lasts. I like matte. I think it's gorgeous. So for me, I think it's stunning. Again, I'm not a red person, but this is a red I could see myself wearing quite a bit, and I I really love it, and I love the packaging. So I'll be honest, I bought it for the packaging because I think it's stunning. And I also don't have anything like this in my collection. Most of the reds I have are more blue red, and again, I really like it. So that is the Blossom Red Lunar New Year lipstick from Charlotte Tilbury. Okay, so there you have it. That is my complete first impressions of the Glow Glide Face Architect highlighters from Charlotte Tilbury, as well as the Lunar New Year collection. Again, I just got the Airbrush powder and the Blossom Red, which I do really like. For a red, I like it. Am I gonna wear it all the time? No, but for a red, I do really like it, and I think it's worth it. It is $37 and it is limited edition, and I believe it's only available on her website. Of the highlighters, if you are looking for a highlighter, the formula is fantastic. The formula is stunning. I think it is definitely suited for, it doesn't emphasize texture, so it is definitely suited for more mature skin. I will put it that way. However, do you need it? No. Do you probably want it? Probably yes. But do you need it? No. I prefer highlighters in palettes just because it's easier to travel. When I traveled, I don't take a separate highlighter. I usually will just take one in a palette. However, I don't see myself decluttering these. I can see myself using all three. My preference of all three is going to be Champagne Glow, then Pillow Talk Glow, and then Moonlit Glow. Moonlit Glow is one I'm going to definitely use on my brow bone and inner corner highlight, but it is definitely brighter. I love all three. They're fantastic, beautiful formula. They're great, but again, they're just pricey. So that's the downside. So, take with it what you will. If you want them and you really want them, then get them. But do you need them? No. So with that, if you like this video, click like, click and subscribe. That way you get a notification every time I post a new video. Bye everyone.